This assignment is called tape diagrams and double number line diagrams. And there were only 5 problems on there, but tape diagrams can be kind of unwieldy to work with. So let's talk about how you solve them together and see if that helps you feel a little bit more comfortable working on these problems. I really like graph paper for something like this, and you'll see why once we start setting up our tape diagrams. But if you only have notebook paper or printer paper where you don't have a bunch of extra guidelines, then just try to make your boxes as close to the same size as you can. So number 1 says Jerry's Ice Cream Hut had chocolate and vanilla shakes. On the 4th of July, they sold 260 shakes total, with the ratio of chocolate to vanilla being 3 to 10. Now, pay very close attention on this problem because you're going to see it again on the Module 4 Quiz A. It's not this exact one, but if you know how to set this one up, then you're going to know how to set up that problem on your quiz. So pay close attention. We need to start off by making our tapes. So for chocolate, I'm just going to put C for chocolate and V for vanilla. I'm going to make each box inside of my tape 2 graph paper squares big. So that's my chocolate one. And then my vanilla one. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go, that'll work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we can show that the total sold was 260. And we need to figure out how much each box in this tape is worth in order to find out how many chocolate shakes they sold. So we're going to take this total shakes sold, which was 260, and we're going to divide that by how many total boxes there are. So this was 10 and this was 3, so we're going to be dividing that by 13, because 10 plus 3 is 13. So I don't know my 13s super well, but I do know that if I have 2 13s, I can get 26. Now this says 260, but if I do 13 times 2, I get 26. Bring down the 0. 13 times 0 gives me 0. So I have no remainder and no other numbers to pull down. My quotient is 20. Now here's where I see mistakes being made. A lot of kids will stop here and say they sold 20 shakes. No, they didn't. One of these boxes is worth 20, but you have 3 boxes here, and each one of these is worth 20. So how many chocolate shakes did they sell? Use whatever strategy you want to use to figure out the total of chocolate shakes and type in your answer on pair assessment. Let's look at number 2. This was number 1. Let's look at number 2. Oh, I hope I don't run out of room. Let's see. For number 2, I'm going to start it over here just so I have my space utilized a little bit better. During a local election, the ratio of teens to adults who voted was 2 to 3. If 85 people voted, how many teens voted? How many adults voted? Use a tape diagram to represent the solution. And they don't give us a tape diagram for this one, so we're going to have to make our own. We're asked to find the ratio of teens to adults that voted. And we're told that for every 2 teens that voted, 3 adults voted. And we're told that the total number of people that voted was 85. So, just like we saw in number 1, we can figure out how much each box is worth by taking the total number of people that voted. Let's do it over here. 85 and dividing that by how many boxes there are, which is 5. So 5 will go into 8 one time. 5 times 1 is 5. And 8 minus 5 is 3. 5 will go into 35 7 times. 5 times 7 is 35. And 35 minus 35 is 0. I have no more numbers to pull down. So my answer, my quotient is 17. But we got to fill in 17 in the boxes. That just tells us what each box is worth. Okay, so you need to find the number of teens that voted and the number of adults that voted using whatever strategy you prefer. And that's how you'll answer number 2. Let's take a look at number 3. There are 4 blankets for every 6 pillows in the store. If there are 30 total pillows and blankets, use a tape diagram to find out how many blankets and pillows are in the store. Once again, we need to make our own tape. So blankets, and I'm going to use BL and PI for pillows. Okay, so 4 blankets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. For every 6 pillows, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For a total of 30. So what are we going to do? We need to take the total number that we have and divide it by the total number of boxes that are in each tape. Let's do it over here. So that's 30, our total being divided by 10. Now that one should be easy. How many 10s make 30? You should have that one memorized. That one's easy. So once you get your quotient, put that in for each box and then find out how many total blankets and pillows there are using whatever strategy you like to use to combine numbers. Number 4 is one that we've done together in class, but if you missed it, like if you weren't here that day, let me go over it. And since we did it in class, I will go from beginning to end on it because everybody should have this one done. Use the tape diagrams to find the number of mystery DVDs. Okay, so we have drama DVDs, and so I'm going to put a D for drama and an M for mystery. And for the drama, we see that there are 8 boxes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then for the mystery DVDs, we see that the tape has 5 boxes. Okay, now, let's see. It tells us that there's 32 drama DVDs, but it doesn't tell us how many total DVDs there are. We can still figure out what each tape is worth because we know that these are going to be worth the same amount. So we can take the total number of drama DVDs and divide that by how many boxes there are. There are 8. And you should know that 8 will go into 32 4 times. That's one of your multiplication facts that's supposed to be memorized. So each box is worth 4. Which means that even these boxes are worth 4. So when we combine these, you've got a couple of different strategies. If you really don't feel comfortable with multiplication, this one's not that bad because you're multiplying 4 times 5 because there's 5 boxes here. But if you would rather add it up, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, nobody's going to stop you. If you can count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, you're welcome to do that. Or like I said, you can just multiply. Every box is worth 4. There are 5 boxes. 4 times 5 is 20. So the number of mystery DVDs is 20. The last problem is our only double number line diagram problem, and just as a hint, you will see one a lot like this on the test. Again, different numbers, but if you can set this one up, then you can set that one up. Okay, number 5. Let's do it right here. Give myself a little bit more room. Use a double number line diagram like the one below to represent the situation. Remember to label. And I usually do forget to label, so thank you for the reminder. A movie theater put 4 cups of oil for every 9 batches of popcorn they made. So we're going to put oil on top and popcorn on the bottom. I'm going to put oil and pop for popcorn. Okay. And I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to make a number line like that and a number line, oops, like that. So I know that if they use 0 cups of oil, they're not going to be making any popcorn. And I know that if they make 4 cups of oil, or if they use 4 cups of oil, they're going to make 9 batches of popcorn. After they had made 45 batches of popcorn, how much oil would they have used? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by 9s till I get to 45. Make your lines go through both of your number lines. So 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. And 9 times 5 is 45. So I can stop there because I want to know how much oil I'm going to use for 45 batches of popcorn. So just like I counted by 9s here, I'm going to count by 4s up here. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. And so on and so forth. There's actually 2 questions here, and I just realized that. I keep skipping over the very first question. It says, what's the ratio of oil to batches of popcorn? Which they gave us that in the question. That was 4 to 9. Or you could have written that 4 to 9. We will take either one of those. And in fact, let me try something. Let me see if it'll take that. Okay. We will also take it as a fraction. So we have these ways of writing ratios. You can pick the one you like the best, and that's what you'll use for ratio of oil to batches of popcorn. Finish filling in this so that you can find out how many cups of oil you'll use for 45 batches of popcorn, and then you can submit your assignment.